go.
Hey everybody, my name is E. I am with FTM Transitions, and today we're going to be talking about the 10 things that we all go through, most of us, in our transitions and the steps that we take through our transitions. So, if you guys are ready, let's get started on our wild journey. Number 1, accept yourself. You gotta love yourself. It's a big problem in the community that I'm getting a ton of people and the questions that I ask every day, and I am the one that answers all of the DMs when you guys talk. That there's a lot of self-hatred, a lot of fear, a lot of unknowing, a lot of non-acceptance, and people feeling shame, and that everybody just hates me, or they're going to hate me, or my parents hate me, or these people hate me, or I'm never going to be normal, I'm never going to be loved, I'm never going to be these things, and understanding that being a FTM is just like being a person with tattoos, or a person that wears short hair, or a person that likes flower print shirts, a person that likes this, that, or the other thing, a person that is this, that, or the other thing. It's just a part of you, and it's a part of you that you can change and make look however you want. You can change your confidence and how you take on the situation, and see that you're sorry, I wanted to button that. I don't know why it's on button. Don't see yourself as a freak, you know. When I'm upset with myself and I'm getting down on myself and I feel like I don't like what I see in the mirror, and I'm not doing anything to change those things. I'm barely, this first day I went to the gym was the other day, and I haven't been for 3 months, and I look in the mirror and I'm like, why do I still see a woman's shaped body? Why don't I love myself? Because I'm not actively loving myself. I'm not actively making the movements and the motions in my life to accept me, and instead I'm thinking and spending time on if Johnny J is going to accept me, if this person on Instagram is going to accept me or talk about me, if this person's going to look at me weird in the gym, because every time I go to the gym I feel like I'm starting over and I see the same dudes every fucking time, but they still look the same too, so whatever. And I feel like, I'm this skinny little jit in there, and I don't feel like I should be spending my time as much, and neither should you, on what other people are thinking, what other people are doing, how other people are going to react to you, instead of you thinking about how you're reacting to yourself, how you're treating yourself, how you're talking to yourself in the morning and saying, I look good. I'm trying really hard in my transition. I'm acting this way. I'm really giving it my all, instead not saying, I'm really fat, or, I still look like a girl, or I can't go out because of my binder. And we're making excuses for ourselves, and making excuses because of what other people are going to say, or going to do, or going to think. And they're not the ones that have to sleep on our pillows. They're not the ones that have to see us the other 99.999% of the day. They're not the ones that have to be in that binder. They're not the ones that are going through the things that you're going through, and they're not the ones with the courage that you have when you go outside of the house with your binder on. You feel like you look like a lesbian instead of an FTM. I feel like that a lot. I feel self-doubt a lot, because I feel like something that I don't want to feel like, and I'm a year into my transition, and I have to accept that, what the hell am I really doing to change those things? Am I actively talking deeper with my voice? Am I actively not crossing my legs? And so I don't think, damn, I look like a female, and then I get down on myself. There's things that we consciously do to change how we consciously are. And number 1 in your transition is accepting yourself and knowing that this is going to be a hard road. You're going to be going through tons of changes and basically turning into and seeing a new person, and accepting that good things take time, hormones take time, and loving yourself takes time. But as long as you're on the road to do that, then you're doing good. Number 2, do your research. FTM Transitions are online, Instagram at FTM Transitions. check that out. The research that I did was basically on Instagram, a lot of the visual anyways, and then I looked up, tons of stuff on hormones and the laws, mostly just the laws and a few of the steps on what I needed to do to get my transition going. So I didn't have to ask so many questions, and I felt like, oh my God, I have no idea what to do. A lot of it was visual. I needed to see what I was going to turn into. And the biggest problem for me was, and why it didn't come out sooner, was because there wasn't the ability to do research the way that I needed to see it until Instagram really came out. And where I was able to flip through hashtags, FTM transitions, FTM fitness, and I would look at every time I was in the bathroom in the morning, right when my eyes sprung open before my transition. I was like, the month before I came out, I nonstop, I was just trying to see what other people were looking like. I was trying to see myself, trying to see something, if I was going to be okay with how I looked and how I felt. And I was really coming to the realization that I was an FTM and not a lesbian, which is what a lot of us start off as, because a lot, at my age anyways, a lot of the younger FTMs now, I've had Instagram for 4 years, and it's becoming more acceptable, and people are more accepting and understanding and knowing what a female to male is, and a male to female, and things like that, and it's becoming more widely accepted. But you still need to do a lot of research for a lot of other things, and understanding the processes that you're going to go through, the emotional changes, the physical changes can be a big thing. The growing of hair, the growing of body parts, the possible aggression, how you're going to feel when other people say things, what's going to happen when you go to the bathroom, just getting other people's perspective and watching YouTube videos and seeing what other people are going through is a great way to see what's happening and make yourself more comfortable and your loved ones comfortable with what you may look like, what you may change into, and what other people are going through. So research helps other people understand, and it helped my wife be like, oh, is he? That, like, damn, he looks good. All right, get that testosterone in there, it made her excited, and that excitement is why we started FTM Transitions, because we wanted you guys to be excited about what the possibilities were. I have goosebumps, but excited about what could be, because I don't want anybody going through the question of possible self-love, and if that page can help in any way, then that's what I want for you. Number 3, coming out to everybody else. This is a huge reason why a lot of people do not come out for a long period of time. They're worried about what other people are going to say, how other people are going to judge them, if they're going to lose their job, if they're going to lose their loved ones, if they're going to lose their trust fund, if they're going to lose all of their possessions, their reputation. It's different for every single person. For me, I have another nonprofit that me and my wife founded and are still a part of that is huge and global, and we were a gay couple, and that also, we work with a lot of conservative individuals, and it wasn't always accepted and made fun of sometimes, but the whole trans thing, I didn't want it to get in the way of people supporting my nonprofit and what people may say or, do in situations like that, because it wasn't my nonprofit's fault that I'm this way, and it's nobody's fault. I'm naturally me. But that, and I just started as a real estate agent down here in Miami, and I didn't, I was just starting to create a business and a life for myself, and changing that all over again. It's very daunting when you get to the point of really being an entrepreneur and having people rely on you, and what may happen, and a lot of different things that come into the mix of life when you're outside of living with your parents all of the time, and having to really do grown-up things. There's a lot of other stuff that comes in between that, but coming out to the people in your family are very important. Having support is very important. My father took his life the day before, a few days before. He was the first person I was going to come out to, and his support was detrimental to my transition, and I'm sure I would be a much different man if he was still here, with me. But being yourself while other people around is important. Always being who you are is important, because you never know when people are going to leave this earth. And you never know when the last time is that you're able to tell someone you love them, or tell them who you really are. Who you are is something to be proud of. Who you are is something to never be ashamed of, unless you're like a mass murderer or something, then that's pretty fucking shitty, and you should be ashamed. But this simple thing, feeling like somebody else and being a better person, being a more productive, giving person in this world because you are happier taking a shot of hormones every week or 2 weeks, there's worse things in the world. And don't spend your time, any of your effort, your emotions, your goodness in this world on things that don't fucking matter, like giving a fuck what other people think and not telling them because you fear they won't accept you. You're worth all of the acceptance in the world, and they'd be silly not to love you for being you and being happy. You're not the one with the problem in any of these things, so never think that, okay? Number 4, setting up the appointment with a therapist. Now that you know what to do, you're ready to get started. Okay, well, we still have like a month and a half or 2 months that we may need to wait because things take time, right? Okay, why not start now? So you're gonna set up a meeting with a therapist, somebody that is able to write you a letter to an endocrinologist so that you can receive hormones and give you the label of being gender dysphoric. Now, everything comes with a label, because what are we gonna call stuff? It doesn't really bother me using the word gender dysphoric, because I know that I'm just me and I have to use a word to get something that I need, and we all need, and things will change as time goes on, but things aren't changing right now that fast, and it's called gender dysphoria, so let's just go along with it. We need a letter for a diagnosis of gender dysphoria from a therapist, and that usually means that you need to go see them twice. And they really talk about... What did mine talk about? My wife was included on both of them. We talked about why I felt I was a female to male, how long I've been feeling this way, how other people viewed me right now, if I was comfortable changing my name soon, making moves, if I was really ready for this, if I was just tinkering around with it, and having good mental and emotional clarity is very important, because it's an emotional process. Going through these things, giving your shot every week. If you don't, I've never had to give my shot by myself, so I don't know what that's like, but I have tried, and I'd still be here. I'd still be doing that months later. I'm very fearful. Yes, I have tons of tattoos. I'm covered, but I'm fearful of regular needles. And to the brothers out there that give themselves shots, you guys are heroes, and never feel bad about yourselves about anything. Heroes. You need to find someone that is going to be understanding, somebody that works with trans individuals is best, because you don't want to have to be spending hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of dollars on going to see somebody over and over again because they don't really understand what your situation is, or if you're ready. If you need to travel a few hours, 6 hours, whatever the fuck it is, to go to the right person, go to the right person that is going to write you a letter within 2 visits. And make sure they're nice, and they're somebody that you've heard good referrals from. There's tons of people that have networks and lists and things like that, and tons of brothers in the community. Just ask people in your area where they get theirs from. Number 5, we're going to go to the endocrinologist. And that person is somebody that deals with hormones. That is their profession. That's what they do. Some generals also do that, general practitioners. If you've been going to a doctor forever, I just didn't go to mine because she's like 2 hours north and I didn't want to waste my time. Go to somebody that can do blood work and provide you the hormone testosterone and regulate you. I choose endocrinologist over a general practitioner because it is their overall specialty to be working with the endocrine system and to watch your levels of hormones. I have a lot of cancer and thyroid issues in my family, so I need extra special watching so my body functions and works correctly. So this process, you go to your first endo meeting, fill out the paperwork and whatnot, and then they're going to set up a meeting for you or a day at a time to get your blood drawn. And it's usually 7 days to 2 weeks after that is when you're going to go back to the endo. They're going to go over your stuff, and then they're going to order you testosterone. Some people, they can order it there. It depends on the pharmacy that may be there. I have a resource center where the pharmacy was there, so we just went and got it, and then we went back to the nurse there, and she showed us how to administer the testosterone. And this can also be a few days if prescriptions take some time as well. So this process altogether, from seeing the therapist that may be a few weeks away that you need to see or wait for, and the second visit after that also may be a few weeks away, and then you can't schedule the endo until after you have your letter. So after you have your letter, take a picture with your therapist, post it on Instagram, and so old, bro. I'm sorry. So old, bro. You can't schedule an appointment until you have your letter. So go get all that done and just start again doing the research, what therapist you're going to want to use and what endo you're going to want to use, because the therapist is going to be writing to the endocrinologist, referring you to that endocrinologist, and paperwork's usually included where that needs to happen. So that is that step. All right, guys, it's time. Number 6. It's tea time. It's tea time now. Tea time. Tea time. Time for tea. Which it's my day today. I'm waiting on my new needles. They gave me fucking too much testosterone and not enough needles. Isn't that a bitch? So, enough about me. Getting your tea. This is a great day. It is like your birthday, right? It is the day that you feel like you, and that it's the day that you can inject your wants and your needs into you. And I felt like I didn't know what to expect. I wanted like a hot surge through my body, and I have a lot of allergies, so I get shot up with Benadryl often at hospitals, and that rush is what I imagined, but you don't feel anything. My first shot, my nurse got right into my bone nerve, I think, so I thought that the rest of my shots were going to be terrible, and they weren't at all. My wife is a great shooter. She's a straight shooter. That's really the only daunting thing, is getting that first prick in, and once you get past that, you can get past anything. I would suggest not doing 1 cc every 2 weeks. I almost had to go to the hospital, not for anything like I was going to have an overdose or something. The pain in my leg was so severe, and it started going up into my side, and it's just some nerve pain. And it happens a lot with dudes that take 1 cc every 2 weeks instead of 0.5. And if you're wondering why you're not transitioning as fast as you want, talk to your endocrinologist about being on 0.5 every other week. And it really instills a lot of emotional manliness in me that I'm taking something every week and not every 2 weeks. Not twice a month, but every week I'm doing something for my transition. And it really does a lot for my mental clarity too. So I would look into that. All right, guys, number 7. Finally seeing changes. It's a great day when you see your first tiny little peach fuzz here, and you're ecstatic, and it's great when your boobs start to get smaller. It's great when your waist starts to change. It's great when you start getting actual sexy hair on your legs that looks sexy and better and long and full and not patchy. It's great when your clit starts to grow and you basically have like a little dick. It is the best thing that I can think of. I don't ever want to have a bottom surgery because I'm so happy and pleased with what I have down there now. And it's nothing compared to what I've seen other dudes have out there. So that's something that's great to look forward to. Other things that are interesting to look forward to. I had acne my first few months. I had a lot more acne here, and I had acne really bad on my back. I don't really, I get, the only time I really get acne is when I shave now. And I'm a year and a few months into my transition. And I hate, as you can see, but I have, you can't even see that shit. Little hairs here, black, you can see there. And that's, 3 days after shaving. My hair's starting to get better, come in a little bit better now, but it's still super patchy. I have extremely blonde hair. My father barely had any hair, super blonde, blue hair. Blue hair. Blue eyes, blonde hair, and I'm not a very hairy person, but my underarms are definitely hairier. Voice change is definitely great. I haven't done a before and after in forever. I hit my year and I didn't even celebrate it, so I need to do a voice update. Let's see. My face has gotten fuller. I was definitely had more cheekbones. I'll put a picture maybe here of what I look like before so you could see the difference. Much fuller. I've kind of hated my fat face a little bit, but that's getting over it. I love cutting my hair. If you don't cut your hair, I cut my own hair. It looks kind of shitty right now, but not that cutting your hair is something to get excited about, but I love having a men's haircut now. I'm feeling better about it. I love feeling more comfortable in men's clothing, and now that my body's changing a bit more, I love the changes that I barely have to go to the gym, and I'm gaining a lot more muscle than I did as a female and lifting a lot more like that than I did as a female. The first few weeks of my transition, when I was really hitting the gym hard, I was lifting like crazy, more than I'd ever lifted as a female. I mean, stupid weight, and I'm very thin. I'm 135, and I was lifting a lot, and for me anyways, I guess. But there's a lot of great changes and a lot of things to look forward to. And then there's things that some people don't look forward to, but everybody's different. Some people get really bad acne. Other people don't. I've had freckles my whole life, so it's been very advantageous to acne. So you can't really see blackheads or anything, which has been great. But when I get in the mirror, I'm like, whoa. And whatever, it's life, my body is not used to having hair grow out of its face. And that's pretty much most of the changes. So get ready for some of those things, and right below here, tell me what are some of the changes that you've gone through and the things that you like or don't like. Let's move on to number 8. Number 8 is eating healthy and working out, doing things to help your body produce the level of hormones, the level of endurance, the level of cell hydration and health that your body deserves to go through your transition in the best way possible. Stop eating fucking junk food. Stop doing things that give you a shapelier body. Stop doing things that make you feel like you're not a dude. And if that means working out makes you feel more like a dude, or you think that you're gonna look physically more like a dude, because I'm not ever saying that you need to work out to be a dude. Ever, 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 ever. You can do whatever you want. But a lot of the people that are saying things that I'm getting in the DM is, I'm fat, or I don't like the way I look, or I don't want to have to work out to be, seen as a strong person, and that's fine, but what makes you feel like a strong person, what makes you see in the mirror what you want to see. And with a lot of FTMs, they've wanted to look like a dude. They wanted to look like a version of a man that they've felt was attractive. And a large portion of that, I guess not large, maybe half and half, is wanting to work out and gain muscle for that physique that they feel like is the physique that they've looked at and wished upon their entire life. So, and it's just good for you. It's good for your body. It's good for your sleep. Your hair's going to be better. Your skin's going to be better. Your mental clarity is going to be better. Your body is going to work 100 times better. You're going to be able to live and enjoy your life much more if you're eating the right things, eating the foods that help boost your testosterone, doing the workouts that help boost your testosterone, doing the research and understanding these things. I'm going to be creating some videos off of things that we've talked about in our daily questions that are going to help a lot of people not have fucking excuses for not going to the gym, because I'm tired of hearing people that they can't afford it or they don't want to go do this thing and they're not doing anything at home. So I think that we need to all get healthy together and help one another have longer, better, more enjoyable lives, and creating videos that are going to do that for you guys. So all around, you need to be treating your body like the king that you feel like you deserve to be. Treat yourself like a king. Get up, go for a 15-minute run, take a shower, have some coffee, go to work. Go to school. Go do whatever you got to do. But imagine how your life will change with 15 minutes every day. If you can't do that for a week and come back and tell me that you look better, you feel better, you are better, then you're fucking lying. Alrighty, it's number 9 time. We're almost there, I promise. So this is kind of like an optional step for y'all. It is the surgery stage. Do you guys want surgery? Do you want top surgery? Do you want bottom surgery? Do you want shaping surgery? Do you want hair surgery? Do you want eye surgery? What kind of surgery do you want that's going to make you feel more like El Dudo? Do you know? Because about half of the people that I asked on FTM said that they wanted bottom surgery. And a lot of the reasons that I got were the fear, the unknowing, the technology. A lot of it was technology. I had a lot of great conversations with some guys about what they have going on down there, the complications, urethral complications, complications with erections, and not being able to touch them intimately for up to over a year is something that is daunting for me. And it's not daunting for everybody, but I'm really happy with the growth that I have down there. And I don't know, I've seen penises as big as what I have down there, and that makes me pretty happy. I feel like I'm more of a complete man than I ever could be, but only if I really lose the top. I do want top surgery, and that is usually a main and final want for about 50% of the FTM community. They only want top surgery. And there's also large amounts of FTMs that are overweight that want shaping surgery, or people that have problems getting rid of those last 10, 15 pounds, little love handles, and just places where their female body pockets fat and is just notoriously hard to get rid of. In general, even if you're a professional female physique person, they have basically starving themselves to not. Sorry, I had to. 10% only. So that's what it says. I feel like every second of my life with an iPhone. I just had 36%. But surgery is a big want for everybody, and I feel like I'm going to be my ultimate complete man when I get rid of my boobs. My boobs are my biggest reminder, and the biggest thing that gives me my insecurities are my breasts. So that is really the 9th step, is wondering if you want to take it to the next step. And if you're getting your chest done, if you're not going to work out, it doesn't really matter. Get them done whenever you want in your transition. I'd wait a few months to see how your body changes and redistributes. So you redistributes the fat, so you don't have a lot of extra scarring needed from having extra incisions done. I would lose weight if you feel like you're overweight, because with a lot of, you'll see a lot of overweight top surgeries. They're going to have an incision from coming up around here to take the fat from here, and very large areas that have to be sewn up. And there's always complications that can happen from those things, and you want to make sure that you're going through the least amount of complications in your whole process of this entire transition. So surgery is what else was I going to say? Sorry. If you're working out, I highly suggest that you do at least a year. I would go a year doing some really great intense chest exercises, hitting chest about twice a week, and really build up as much muscle as possible, because you're not going to be able to lift anything for, I'm pretty sure, over 6 to 8 weeks. So you're going to be losing a good deal of muscle mass, but your body always likes to bounce back to the point where it was largest. So that's always something to be mindful of, that you've already expanded your muscles to that size, and your body is much more easily adapted to bouncing back than having to create and tear new muscles from something that wasn't there prior. So it's that understanding between your body that's fucking awesome. So I would definitely go hard, hit it ham, and gain as much as you can. That way they know where the proper incision can be placed. It's much easier with pectoral muscles to understand where the bottom incision should be, because you know where that muscle and the shape of your muscle is, because people have different shaped pecs. Abs, you'll see people with 12 packs, 8 packs, 6 packs, 4 packs. I've seen a 2-pack, I think. In different shapes in different areas. So I'd really see where you could get your body before making that jump. But I understand that if it's a large emotional kind of thing, then get it done whenever you need to get it done. We're here. Number 10. This is probably the biggest step. Enjoy your fucking life. Enjoy your life. Stop caring about what other people are thinking. Enjoy your transition. Enjoy your life. Be who you want to fucking be. Stop caring about other people. Love yourself. Get a dog. Get a plant. Marry somebody beautiful. Man, woman. Have sex. Have fun. Explore your sexuality. Eat the food that you want, travel where you want, and again, don't give a fuck about anybody else or their opinions. Enjoy your life. Life ends too quickly for you not to enjoy it. Life ends too quickly for you to wake up and hate yourself. Life ends too quickly to spend any more fucking time sad. It's true. This has been FTM Transitions. I love you, brothers. I'm here for you. And this has been the 10 steps to really getting your transition going, and a lot of the questions that a lot of people ask, and I definitely had questions for. There's definitely more steps, like changing your name, changing your sex, what the laws are, but that's all a very up in the air kind of thing, because every state's different, and the United States is fucking crazy, federal government. Okay, so till next time, I bid you adieu, Josh, and it's been great. I hope that I can help you guys in any way possible, and DM me. I'm answering DMs. Answer back in the question of the day, and I spend time every evening replying to every one of you and trying to understand how I can better the community and how we can all grow together. So tomorrow is a better day, and we can all wake up with more rights, more love, more fun, and more enjoyment. I'll see you guys later.
Here we go.